Oh my gosh, what a Saturday morning. Got all kinds of growth this morning, success stories, panels. Schweer up here getting kicked out of travel baseball games. God, could you imagine being an umpire with Schweer standing behind you? Didn't look good, ump. I'm sorry. I walk with power and authority everywhere I go. Yes, you do. They are awesome. You guys having a great morning? Come on, let's go. Man, well, we are fired up. We're Brian and Karen McGrath. We're from Richmond, Virginia. Line of sponsorship. Tim and Kay Yoakley have been coaches in our lives for over 2 decades. And obviously the incredible Larry and Pam Winters, and fired up that we have been able to spend, again, over 2 decades, part of this incredible Winters team. Take you back, getting started in business. Where are my single folks? Yeah, there you go. Good things do come out of depth. I was single and was just showing a plan, and one night Karen was sitting on the front row. I mean, I know I look good in this suit, but I didn't have this suit back then, I can promise you. But I still must have looked good. This is my version. And she was there, and well, I'll let her tell you a little bit about that, her first plan. But anyway, she got started single as well. She was an occupational therapist. I met the business team. I was in graduate school. And now it took a long time to get through school, so I wasn't like 20 years old. I think it was like 25, going on 26 years old. I did schoolwork. But anyway, got started, wound up working in the banking industry for quite a while. And back home, we have 3 boys. We have Caden is now 13, and my man is doing great. Sammy will be 12 in about 2 weeks, so he told me to let all y'all know, okay? And Jack is 9. I'm not sure. He turns 10 in January. Y'all need to pray for Jack. We are celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary, and so, yeah. She survived it. Well, we're still working on it. We're getting better every day.
Give me a round of applause again, please.
There you go. So we took a little trip, just a little trip. Just Karen and I left the boys at home with about 19 different babysitters, and organized a little trip. So we're flying, and we get there, and we're at check-in. We're checking in. This is 11 a.m. in the morning. We get a phone call. Veritas School. Do I answer it? Might as well. And it's Jack's teacher. Good morning, Mr. McGrath. I don't mean to bother you, but it's no bother, Mr. Young. It's all good. What's happening? Well, Jack was a victim of an assault this morning. I said he was. Yeah, they were at recess. We just wrapped up recess, and so Jack got hit. They don't call him Jack. We do. Jack got hit in the back of the head with a lunchbox. And I said, Mr. Young, who hit him? He said, Daniel. Now, we know Daniel. Yeah. Daniel is a cherub. This little boy's an angel. He's the one you want spending a night, and it's yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And you're looking at your kid. You're like, see this? Well-trained. This is well-trained. I said, Mr. Young, they were at recess. He said, yeah. I said, were they playing football by any chance at recess? Well, yes, they were. Let me tell you what happened, Mr. Young. Jack scored a touchdown, and he started taunting. Well, yeah, but it's still not right to hit. I said, you tell Jack that if I get another phone call while I'm here with Karen, there's going to be a second lunchbox waiting for him when he gets home. And he was horrified. He's like, no, Jack's the victim. I said, no, Daniel's the victim. You tell Daniel, Mr. Bryan's got a little something for him when he gets home, too. Tell him I'm proud of him. 3 days later, we FaceTime. How y'all doing? Great. Now, we had already gotten a message that Jack had just kicked the ball through a window, that I had told him, Jack, you keep kicking the ball, soccer ball here, you're going to put it through a window. Don't. Well, Brian, you spoke that. It was not my leg in the ball, okay, you Amway people. Jack, anything unusual happened today? No, Dad. Good day. Good day. I'll see you later, Dad. He ran off. Did we get an email yesterday?
We did, yes.
And you started laughing at the email.
I mean,
It was pretty
funny.
funny what he was doing in class, but so we got him on FaceTime, and he said, hey, Mom and Dad, and took off running. Sammy's on FaceTime. I said, Sammy, you tell Jack, he has no idea what's going on, that he better be praying for the next 3 days for grace and forgiveness because his mommy and daddy are coming home, and we got an email. Sammy's like, what'd it say, Dad? What'd it say? I'm like, you mind your stinking business, but you tell him. So it's just, it's psychological warfare. Jack is just right now texting, hey, I played the best I've ever played in soccer today, Daddy. When he adds Daddy, he wants love. No response. Grace and forgiveness. Well, we're having a blast, and I will tell you, Karen is just, she holds it all together. I mean, 2 weeks, she's going to be for 8 days with our oldest, Caden, in Texas, and again, he's doing phenomenal, but she takes care of the boys, she takes care of me, she runs our calendar, but she runs our business. She is an incredible, incredible businesswoman as well. So here's love of my life. Here's my girl of 20 years plus. Here you go.
Thank you. Well, like Brian mentioned, we both started our businesses single. And when I first got started in business, I was working as an occupational therapist. And I'd only been working a couple of months, but I was already walking the halls of where I was working like, is this all there is to life? Like, is this it? This is what I have worked for. And, quite frankly, I was just bored. And so when I got started in business, it wasn't necessarily because I saw the business plan and I thought to myself, oh, I can do this. Not at all. As a matter of fact, if you listen to some of our other audios, you'll know I really had no clue what was going on the first couple times I saw the business plan. But for me, I didn't believe in myself. But I believed in my sponsors, Brian and Sarah Palmer, that if I could just bring them some people, that they could put them in business and help me grow my business. And so that's where I started. I got started for the adventure. I got started to break out of the mundane and the ordinary. And so 2 weeks later, I found myself sitting at a conference just like this over in the side. It was a summit celebration just like this. I wasn't wearing any shoes. I was this little hippie girl, long dress and long hair. But here's what I did. I was so uncomfortable. I felt so out of place that weekend. But what I was doing all weekend, I was just looking around. I was looking at you. I was looking at all the people who were winning. If you guys had ears to hear last night, Brent and Brenda were talking about different couples on their team. Everybody from like super fancy people to people who's, had their dads in prison. I mean, all different kinds of people. And so for that, it raised my belief that this business was working. But my question was still, could I? Could I do this? Could I sell a product? Because I did not like talking to any people. I didn't have a strong self-image or any confidence about me, no experience in it. I didn't know if I could do that. Could I have a team of people? Could I build an Amway business? And someone mentioned it last night too. My personal background, it predicted that I wasn't supposed to win either. My family, I grew up in a middle to more lower class income family, single mom. And so, this looked like an opportunity, but I just didn't know if it was something that I could do. But when I got around this team for the first time, there were people who told me that they actually believed in me. There were people who weren't judging me for where I was. They saw the potential inside of me of what I could be. And that's what got me excited. And one of the things I heard that weekend was take action immediately to overcome your fears, because I was scared. I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So what did that look like for me? I had made a list. Now, granted, my list was not good. But I would sit in my floor the whole week coming out of the function, and I wrote my list down, and I'd cover up the names, and I would literally dial the number, and then as the phone was ringing, I'd slide my hand down to see who it was that I was calling. Because if I knew ahead of time, I'd back out and chicken out, and I wouldn't do it. And that's how I started calling on my list. Products, I mean, Amway has all kinds of awesome training and resources online now, but for me, I just had to keep it simple. I learned about XX, and then I went and talked to everybody I knew about it, and I would just say, do you take a multivitamin? And if they said yes, I was like, oh my gosh, I have something awesome you've got to try. And if they said no, I said, oh my gosh, I've got something you've got to try. And so I just learned how to keep it simple. And so, you know, one of the things that I was taught was if I could just get my volume done, do my 150, get my customers, meet the VCS requirement, then I could just teach one other person how to do it. And that's how I learned to simply just build it one at a time and not look at the big picture and get totally overwhelmed. And there were so many times when I started to compare myself to other leaders or my upline in the business. And every time I started to do that, immediately I started to feel inadequate, that I wasn't going to make it. But one thing Larry and Pam always taught me was that working on myself was going to be a lifelong process, but learning the skill set of selling products and building a team was something that you can learn in a very short period of time. So what did I do? I learned how to stay positive by making positive affirmation cards and talking to myself on a daily basis as I was taking action to reprogram who I was telling myself I was, that I was capable, I was worthy, I am able, I can do this. I learned how to control my thoughts. They were just talking about this up here, controlling the negative, not letting myself think about self-defeating things and say pessimistic things and to control those things. And why do I tell you these things? Because it's really easy to sit back and compare yourself to the speakers up here who are eloquent and the leaders and all these people. And when you do, to start thinking, I'll never win. I'm so far from winning. I'm not going to be able to make this happen. But I'm here to tell you, no matter where you are in your journey, I don't care if you've just gotten started or you've been with this team for 30 years and just never done a thing, I'm here to tell you, you are good enough already right where you are to go win in this business. And we believe that because of our own story. Here's Brian.
Awesome. All right, we just got a couple minutes here. Karen mentioned the word fear, right? And, you know, I believe that people don't go all in whatever it is, whether it's wrestling or sports or their career or their business. It's fear. But it's fear of, I don't think it's as much as fear of what will people think or this, that. I think it's really the fear of what if I go all in and it still doesn't happen? Well, I'm here to tell you, I think that if you don't go all in, and I'm not even talking about Amway, we're just talking success here, that if you don't go all in, it's going to be hard to succeed at the highest level in anything. Now, you're going all in, by the way, may be way different than mine, and that's okay. Everybody's in a different spot in life, business, everything else. But I'll tell you what, you've made it here this weekend. You know what you did? You threw a chip in. You bet on you. You bet on yourself. So congratulations. Keep betting on you. You know, every day you're going to have 5 choices. You're going to have a choice to be bad. You're going to have a choice to be average. You're going to have a choice to be good, excellent, or elite. Elite and excellence is really just its special focus, a special drive to do the things at a highest level all the time. One of the things that Larry Winters taught me is, Brian, excellence is not what you do. It's who you are. If you're going to do it with excellence. You need to show the world the best version of you, not the best version of your upline. We already got them. Not the best version of your cross line. We need the best version, and this world needs the best version of you at your job. Be excellent. Be elite. Do your job first class. You need to be the person at your job when you leave there, your company is like, no, please don't. Excellence is not what you do, it's who you are. See, I don't think you can just go out and all of a sudden at 5 o'clock switch on the light switch and be Mr. and Mrs. Entrepreneur and I'm gonna do everything first class now. No, you need to put your feet on the floor in the morning and say, from here until I lay my head back, I'm gonna give it my best. And you're not, every day that's not gonna be a 10 out of 10, but that's okay. The next day, those feet on the floor. Today, we're gonna move with excellence. Enthusiasm. Be elite in your enthusiasm. And that's not a wide open personality. That's not the rah-rah. Karen is very enthusiastic. Manny's even enthusiastic. He just never shows it, okay? It's on the inside. It's that positive mental attitude. That's the enthusiasm that you bring. It's choosing to look at what's right versus looking at what's wrong. I will tell you this, I have to work on this one every morning. I'm not a morning person. She's up, good morning, give me a kiss, this, that, and the other. I'm like looking at the kids, y'all ain't ready to go for school, hurry, let's hustle. Matter of fact, I found out here that they make fun of me when I'm not at home. We were having a conversation in the airport, and when I'm not at home, they all pretend like they're me. Let's go, hustle, what are you doing? But before I get to the bottom of the stairwell, I have to shift my mindset that I'm gonna be positive walking into the kitchen. It's not you hit a certain level, you move a certain amount of customer volume, and then you have this. We're all working on this, all the time. Be an elite encourager. Be an encourager at your job. Be an encourager of people in your family. Don't be the comparison game, well, I'm gonna build a big Amway business on better. Hey, you're going after this in life, you got a promotion at your job, good for you. See, excellence is not what you do, it's who you are. Be an encourager to everybody. And so when you have a big team, it's already in you, it's a natural thing. Be an encourager of your upline. It's really easy to pick out all the things. Well, Matt Grotwald, he won't wear a cowboy hat, and I wanna be a cowboy, and that's funny. Listen to this on audio, you had to be here, okay? But anyway, be an encourager of your upline. Be an encourager of your cross line. Man, when somebody's coming across at your meeting for doing X amount of work, you be the first one to go up and say, man, I'm proud of you. This world needs more encouragers. Be an elite encourager. Be an elite teammate. Get your ditto done on the first. These are simple little things that you choose. Get your volume done early. Your upline's got goals, you're part of the team. You know what you can say? Hey, it's the 25th of the month. I'm already done with my goal. Is there anything I can do to help anybody else out? It's the 15th of the month, we're done. You help create the environment. Almost done here. Persistent and consistent effort. Be elite, we talked about pipeline. Now, right now, your pipeline may be 0. So guess what? If you get one person in it coming out of here, you doubled. That's good. If you went from 2 to 4, that doubled. You start where you are. But man, be elite in that persistent and consistent effort. Toby and Mia, I'm not getting the results right now, but you know what? Every week they're at a fine, I don't know, maybe 2+ QIs. You can count on me being in that line. You can count on me. A rising tide raises all ships. You be the rising tide. You be that person who comes out of the crowd that your upline really maybe doesn't even know or expect. People follow those people with conviction. It's not what you've done. We don't care about that. It's where you're going. Desire is in the head. Determination is in the heart. Desire is right here, but it's that heart. Every day, I'm going to choose to be elite. I'm going to choose to move with excellence. Put all your heart into anything and everything that you do. Put your heart into your dreams and goals. This world needs you, and you're already good enough. God bless.
For existing IBOs only, not for use with prospects. The success depicted in this profile may reflect income from sources other than Amway, such as earnings from the sale of training and education materials or other businesses and investments. While the techniques and approaches suggested have worked for others, No one can guarantee that these techniques and approaches will work for you. In addition, we want to emphasize that success in this business does not come without hard work.